Welcome to segment 24 of Droppin' It Live. How are you guys this fine Tuesday? Nice and sunny, beautiful here on Maui. Hey Kelowna. So hey, I wanted to share with you guys today some stuff that I've learned about using essential oils safely on your animals. So I've taught a few of these classes, and normally they are at least an hour long. They're like 45 minutes to 60 minutes long. So I'm going to try and condense this and cram it in with as much info as I can give to you. And I'm probably going to talk a little bit fast, like I always do, right? So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Some of you may have been hearing some information on social media about how dangerous essential oils could be for cats in particular. And I just kind of want to address that because there's a little bit of misinformation and there's a lot of variables that come into play there. So what I'm going to share with you today is basically what I have learned from holistic veterinarians, what I have learned from reference books that are written by veterinarians, and how to use the oils safely on your animals. And basically you can use them on any of your animals, whether it be your cat, your dog, your birds, your lizards, your snakes, even your fish, okay? Livestock, goats, horses, you name it. Every single animal. You might be asking yourself why you would want to use essential oils on your animal. And I've got to tell you, it's basically the same reason we humans use it on ourselves, right? We want to enhance our well-being. We want to address any issues in maybe a more natural approach. We want to, use something that we know is safe and maybe comes from plants, maybe we're leaning towards that route. But we want the same health and wellness for our family, our furry family, I should say, as we do for our people family. So I have a cat. She was just in here. Oh, she's laying down over there. She was going to be my little model today, but she's taken a cat nap, literally. So I was very concerned about using the essential oils because I too had heard some things on the internet, basically, about how certain essential oils were not safe for cats and it actually caused death or extreme sickness. And the bottom line that I walked away with that, especially after listening to holistic veterinarians speak on using oils, was the quality of the essential oil. And that was one of the biggest factors. So all of the holistic veterinarians that I've learned from have always said, you only want to use young living essential oils, and that's because they guarantee the quality of their essential oils. Okay, so absolutely nothing else is added to those oils. There's nothing synthetic that can poison the cat, basically. Okay, so with a cat, though, you do want to be mindful of using essential oils that are high in phenols. So that would be like wintergreen, cassia, clove, even a little like oregano, thyme, marjoram, basil, stuff like that. You can certainly still use those oils. In fact, some of those oils are the main ingredients of the kitty raindrop serum that you can make and drop topically on your cat. Okay, so the key thing here is the quality of the oil that you're using. You've got to only use young living essential oils or don't use any oils at all. And then using it in moderation and using it diluted, obviously. Okay, so I'm going to go into it a little right now on how you would use the oils on your animals. Okay, so first is aromatically. So we all know the diffuser. I've got my diffuser right there in the background, and I have that diffusing. Okay, and then my cat's over there. Can you see right? Oh, wait. There. She's under the entertainment system. Anyways, I diffuse, okay, in my house. As you can see, I also have this door right here open, okay, so she can leave the room if she wants. If it's something that she's not comfortable with, she can leave. Okay, so the best way to introduce the oils to your animal, I should say, is to basically just take the cap off. So you can literally just take the cap off and then you can watch your animal, say it's a dog. You can watch their nose start to sniff. You can see how they're reacting to the oil itself. If they're showing signs of dislike, like sneezing, coughing, running away, tail between the legs, anything like that, you would want to put this oil down and probably pick another oil. And that's just basically preference thing, okay? You don't want to create an aversion to an oil, because once you do, then that's incredibly hard to break, okay? So you want to slowly introduce Young Living oils to your animals. So just opening the cap, they're going to be smelling it. That's one way to introduce it. You can also wear it. So I just let a drop fall from the bottle into my hand, and then I can just rub my hands together. And then since I have a cat that's typically at ground level, I will just literally, rub my calves, rub my knees, and my ankles and such. And that way, the oil is on me, it's still diffusing, the animal is at that level, can still be smelling it, and I'm gonna look for their reaction on it, okay? So the two top oils that I use on my cat are copaiba and lavender oil. Those are the two that I use the most. Copaiba is great for supporting her healthy joint function. She is a 14-year-old cat, and she's moving a little bit more slow, so I apply this to her actually topically, and I'm going to start applying it in her water bowl, okay? So the aromatic use, diffuser is great. You just want to make sure that your animal can leave the room. You can use cotton balls. If, say, you have a hamster or a rat, you can put a cotton ball with a drop of oil in their cage. You can put a drop of oil on their cage liner. You can put it on their favorite toy, on their bed, anywhere. You can have it in a mister bottle, and you can spray the room, and you just want to make sure, again, that they can get away from it if they want, okay? So the next one I want to talk about is internal use, okay? Again, only Young Living essential oils I would ever recommend for internal use, and especially with animals, okay? So always use a glass or a stainless steel container. The oils are so pure that they actually can pull toxins out of plastic. That's why all of our diffusers are petrochemical free. So again, if you're diffusing in your house, use a petrochemical free diffuser, okay? Because you don't want to be putting toxins into the environment that, again, your family and your animals are going to be exposed to. Okay, so if I were going to give this to my cat, I would actually take a toothpick. I would stick it down the center hole there, just literally dip it in there, and then I would take that toothpick and I would swish it in her water bowl. So she's getting a very minute amount of that, okay? And I'm gonna see how she takes to it. I'm gonna see if she's drinking her water, if she likes it, if she enjoys it. Some people do thieves oil. I, again, am focusing on the copaiba for her joint support. You can just pick whatever oil you want that may address their issue. Maybe it's Digest for healthy digestion if your dog has gas, or is feeling nauseous or something like that. Okay, so the other way that you can do it internally with animals is to place a drop in between the lip and the gum line. That is a great place for animals. Cats, not so much, so they're a little bit more finicky, so you'll have to be creative in how you introduce it to your cat, but their favorite treat, their wet food, anything like that, you could be applying the essential oils to. You can also do capsules, so you can get a really small capsule size. I think it's like a 4 or a 5 size veggie capsule, and you can fill that with the essential oils, top it off with a carrier oil, and then you can give that to your animal if that's the way that they will take it. And then I'm trying to think of other ways that you can do it. Oh yeah, grooming. Grooming is an amazing way. So if you're applying oils to your cat, say, you would go ahead and put this oil on your hand like I just did. You'd let a drop fall out. And I literally would rub my hands together until almost all the essential oil is gone from my hand. There's just like a thin, very thin film. And that's what I would use to pet my cat. And I would start from the shoulders and I would go all the way down to the rump, and I would just keep petting and petting, okay? When she grooms herself, she's going to be internalizing that essential oil. So she'll be getting it not only topically, but also internally. So that's a great way. In their baths, you can add the oil to their shampoos. You can add it to the awaiting use on the animals, just how I told you. I love the petting method. You don't have to shave the fur or pull the hair apart or anything like that. Maybe if it was a sheep with a lot of wool, maybe then you want to separate that wool and apply a drop of oil. But basically, the petting method, I love it, I love it, I love it. You can also do misting, so you can mist your animal down with water and essential oils over their coat. You can basically apply it on location. So say there's a specific area of concern. Maybe there's a laceration or, a heat what do they call that? A heat spot, a hot spot on the skin or something like that. Or, you know, you can focus on those specific areas and apply the oil topically to that area, most definitely. You just want to use a carrier oil to start off with at first, right? To see how your animal reacts to it. Let's see. So also topical use. When you do apply the essential oil to your animal, it absorbs into the bloodstream in a matter of seconds. It's in there, okay? So it happens really fast. In I think it's like 2 minutes. It's in the bloodstream. So really quick, okay? And the beautiful thing about that is it can be an all over body thing. So when my cat, it feels nauseous, she responds really well to lavender. So her thing is she licks plastic. I see her licking, you know, plastic bags and leaves that are really smooth and such. And I start to notice, she's not feeling well. So I will take lavender oil, rub my hands together and pet her down. And she relaxes, she calms down, she stops her licking, and I think she feels better. Again, for her joint support, I'm applying this just to her coat right now, okay? Just petting method. So let's see, topical ways. I'm trying to think if there's any other ways that you could use that on your animal. I mean, pretty much however you would use it on yourself is how you would use it on your animal, okay? But you always want to make sure that you're starting with small doses, okay? So if a protocol calls for 3 drops, maybe start with 1 drop, okay? If it says 3 drops 3 times a day, maybe do 1 drop 1 time a day, okay? And then see how your animal's responding to that. See how it's reacting, and then you can decide whether you want to up the dosage or not, okay? There's tons of like I said, literature out there that are written by holistic veterinarians, okay? And there's actually specific protocols on what you would do for specific conditions. So it's really, there's a lot of resources out there, and I just really want you guys to empower yourself instead of just kind of taking what you read online for, you know, the fact of the matter, like I was talking about earlier with the cat post that's been going around. So you can definitely use all young living essential oils on your animals. You just, again, want to be mindful. You want to use it in moderation, and you want to use it diluted and in small amounts, okay? And then, of course, that depends on the size of your animal as well, okay? So gosh, I hope that was helpful. Like I said, I normally teach this class, and it's at least 45 minutes to an hour long. Let's see what else I can tell you. The winner from last week. So I did my cleanse friends, and I've got to say I'm done with the cleanse, and I felt an increase in my energy. I'm not kidding you. I was falling asleep on the couch at least like 8:30. I could not stay awake. I'd put the kids to bed, and then I would immediately come out, lay on the couch daily, 30 to 60 minutes prior to meals. So this is a great cleanse because it has enzymes in it, and then it also has the other beneficial essential oils that'll help you digest and cleanse. So I think I'm going to give this to the lucky winner. So anybody who commented last week on my post is automatically entered, and I'm gonna, using my Good Vibe Tribe hat here, the winner is, this one's jumping out at me, Teresa Walker. Congratulations, lady. I'm going to go ahead and send this to you. I'll get you a little handful packet and get those mailed out to you. Anybody who comments on this segment will automatically get entered to win next week, and I am totally on the fence of what to give out because I want it to be animal related, and I'm not sure if you guys have animals or not. So I'm gonna have to maybe reach out to you personally once I know who wins. I also want to say that Young Living makes it easy too. They actually have a whole animal product line called Animal Sense. So there are essential oils that are pre-diluted and ready to use on your animals. So check out that collection. And then there's also some other stuff, like these just came out and my cat freaks out over these. These are the Animal Sense cat treats. They're awesome. There's no grain in these, which is fantastic. That causes a lot of inflammation in animals, and in some animals, and it does in mine. So no grain in this, and it actually has ginger essential oil in it, which is great for digestion. So she loves this. And it came with this cute little toy. Isn't that adorable? This was her stocking stuffer this year for Christmas, but she loves these, okay? So check out the animal products that Young Living already makes for you, so you don't feel like you have to get a reference book and you have to buy specific oils to kind of create and make your own stuff. It's totally up to you. This is your journey and how you want to live it and experience it. So if you guys have questions, post below. I will do my best to go ahead and get the answer right back to you guys, okay? So thanks again for tuning in, and aloha.